Why, hello there YouTube and welcome to a Who theory. So, I'm back again with another theory video. So in this one, I'm going over the theory of Davros. So as you've seen in the Children in Need short, which was called Destination Scaro, I think it was. And I did a quick review thoughts on it and stuff, and you know, the Doctor intervenes with the Dalek creation, replacing the Dalek claw with a plunger. Davros approves. It's set in the pre-genesis of the Dalek's time, before Davros had his accident where he's a crippled scientist in his Dalek skirt and what have you. And Russell T Davies, he's gone on to say that this is going to be like the new look for Davros, because he says that it feels that it's offensive to disabled people because Davros is disabled or something. I don't know, but I don't get that. I mean, first of all, I've never thought of Davros as disabled, and if anything, shouldn't the character be like inspiration for disabled kids and people? You know, like say, thinking I could be an actor too, or I could play an evil genius, or just shows that you can do anything, whether you're able or not. But yeah, I've never thought of Davros as disabled. Throughout the whole nearly 50 years we've seen Davros on the show, he's always been all shriveled and twisted and evil in a Dalek skirt, creating the Daleks. I mean, yeah, he's been played by different actors, like starting off with Michael Wisher, followed by David Goodison, then Terry Malloy, and then most recently Julian Bleach, who played Davros in the revival in Series 4 finale, then again in the 2008 premiere, and then again recently in this where he's a pre-accident Davros. Julian Bleach has also appeared in was in Torchwood, From Out of the Rain, and the Sarah Jane Adventures, The Nightmare Man. And yeah, he went on to be Davros in the revival era and has gone on to reprise that role. But yeah, Davros, this being Davros's new look, I'm not sure if I'm down with it. I mean, yeah, Khaleds look like humans, but in The Stolen Earth and Journey's End, there were meant to be flashbacks of Davros's accident, but they never showed or made them for whatever reason. But yeah, I'm like thinking we've known Davros like this for the longest time now, and although he's been played by different actors, he's always maintained that similar look, that similar costume, that look on him. But now here's the theory. So I've just rambled on for the last 3 minutes about this whole thing, but here is my theory, okay? So, like in the Flash comics, like the Flashpoint, he causes a paradox, like goes back in time, like in the recent film that came out this year. He saves his mother from dying, and he puts a spare can of tomatoes in the trolley, and then he creates a whole paradox where he's made this whole other alternate timeline, and the world's worse off. Now, we know in the Series 8 premiere in The Magician's Apprentice, it opens where we see a young boy standing in a hand mine, and he would get dragged in if he's not careful, and then we see the Doctor asking who this boy is who's not going to die today, and we all know that that little kid says he's Davros, who will go on to be the creator of the Daleks. And we then see in the second part of that two-part premiere, The Witch is Familiar, at the end, the Doctor actually goes back and saves Davros. Now, what if, in this theory, what if, first of all, when the Doctor found out that was Davros as a kid, and that snake guy said Davros knows, Davros remembers, what if the Doctor actually left him? He left him there to try and get out himself. He would go on to become, the creator of the Daleks, etc., have the accident and stuff, and the Daleks would be created. But what if, the Doctor broke a little rule of his own and went back in time, and we all know in The Witch is Familiar, he went back and saved Davros as a kid. So that makes me think, what if by doing that simple act, it has had a knock-on effect on Davros and the Daleks' future. And Davros is going to look like that from now on because he changed just from the littlest detail, caused a butterfly effect where Davros would never have the accident and he would go on. And then again, with 14's intervening with the whole Dalek and the plunger thing, he's gone on to complete the task that the Time Lords tasked him with in Genesis of the Daleks. Because if you think back to the beginning of Genesis of the Daleks in 1975, the Time Lords tasked the Doctor with, preventing the Daleks' creation, or at least making them less aggressive creatures. What if he did complete that mission, but it's just took all these years and all these regenerations just to get to that moment where he does succeed in making the Daleks less aggressive creatures, but not preventing their creation? Also, he thought back to that moment when he had that wires holding them and thinking, if that child grows up to be a ruthless dictator, would you kill him? Would you have that right? I feel that now, because Russell T Davies has gone on to say that that is the Dalek story, the Doctor Who story, that inspired him throughout the whole, his whole run of the show when it came back in 2005, etc. So yeah, what if the Doctor's caused a flashpoint effect on Davros and just made him, created a situation where the timelines changed and he didn't, and the accident never occurred, and he made the Daleks still bad, but not as twisted or as bad as we see him make them in Genesis of the Daleks. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, I've rambled on a bit now with this theory, but what do you think to this theory? Do you think it makes sense? Because to me, this is the only way I can get my head around this. But what do you think? Let me know down in the comments below what you think to this theory. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share with your friends, and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and to hit that notification bell. I've been Davros, Whovian, and this has been a Who Theory. So until next time, run for your life.